Yeah, I've been up for 4 days, liquor in the mix. Contemplating about this lick, bitch. I want money, I want fish. Real king of diamonds, pull up on you, make you strip. Hop back in this whip and live like karma don't exist.
It's Thursday. It's Thirsty Thursday. It's Throwback Thursday. It's Thyroid Thursday, apparently. I don't know why it's Thyroid Thursday, but Thursday starts with a TH, and so does thyroid. So that's what day it is today. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're doing today. I'm feeling pretty good. It is a beautiful day, an absolutely beautiful day in New Jersey. It's about 70 degrees right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling great. And this morning, I ain't got no weed this morning. I'm getting some at some point later today, but I ain't got nothing to hit with you. Fritzy, you made it. What's going on? Thank you Thursday. Yes, there we go. Next Thursday, it's gonna be Thank You Thursday. Today is Thyroid Thursday, though. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is today. Exactly. That's pretty much the whole point of this, Christina. You know what I'm saying? I remind people what day it is every morning. You know, I come in handy in multiple ways. Dark Dragon, hello. Again, Fritz, go ahead and make sure you get your rest today. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you get your rest today. But yes, we gonna get into the show sooner today. We gonna get into the show faster today. Because we ain't got nothing to hit. Yeah, smoke for me, Christina. Dark Dragon, what's going on? But no, I'll have some more tree later. It's not a big deal. Stoned Assassin, what's going on? Oh, we got Smoking Shadow Dragon. Everybody's in here. Everybody ready to take this hit. You know what I'm saying? We go get to it though. How y'all doing? Y'all got any fun weekend plans? You got any? Because you know the weekend is creeping up. It's Friday Junior. Thursday is Friday Junior, and then Friday is basically the weekend. So what y'all got planned? I don't know what I got planned yet. You know, I may hang out with my girl tomorrow, but other than that, I don't know. The weather's really nice though, so you know what I'm saying. I may just enjoy going out, just being outside and doing something chill and relaxing. You know what I'm saying? Let me check this little text real quick, and then we gonna get into it because we got quite a bit of stuff to go over today. Actually, quite a bit. And I think we start off with the fact with this. You know what I'm saying? I think that'd definitely be the best thing for us to start off with. You know what I'm saying? Because you said you can never make plans to exactly, Mick. You know what I'm saying? You got to sometimes you just got to go with the flow, but you can't overly commit. You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest thing. You can't overly commit. Anniversary dinner, Luke. Oh, congratulations. Many more years to you. All right, just doing a daily grind. Hey, honestly, I'm gonna end up working this weekend too. You know what I'm saying? I gotta keep things moving forward. You dig? Hold on, what? Y'all want some? Hell yeah, I want some. I can send you 20 right now. So what? Your Apple Pay? I'm about to get me some weed right now. We about to solve this problem right now. Yes, indeed. My cousin William, he about to step outside and come in and bless you, brother. You know what I'm saying? Hey, let me go ahead and send him this money real quick while we jam out. You know what I'm saying? The weather's beautiful and we about to smoke. We got Mike Nice in the building, taking your parents to the Dodger game. Oh, that sounds like a fantastic time. You know, coming from St. Louis, Missouri, the Cardinals aren't good this year, apparently. I haven't been keeping up, but apparently the Cardinals aren't good this year. But typically, they're pretty damn good. You know what I mean? So it's always a great time going to baseball games with the family whenever I'm in St. Louis. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, Will. You got you need it now, or can I send it to you at some point? Zelle? You got Zelle? I'm over here working it out. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all patience, cause weed is important. You know what I'm saying? Just give me one more. But yeah, man, we're gonna start off with Mitch McConnell today. You know, the video came out. This is the second time in a couple of months, the second time this summer, you know what I mean? When Mitch McConnell's brain literally shut off. We're gonna watch this. We're gonna check out an article in a sec, actually, as well. That shows that some doctor said that they think he had like a seizure or something. And you know, one of the funniest things about it to me, is his brain froze up, right? What up, Julio? My dude's brain froze up right after they asked him about running for re-election in 2026. You know what I'm saying? That, I mean, what the irony of that is absolutely hilarious. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. Just give me one more sec. Well, let's go ahead and check this out while I finish this up. We're going to check it out. And again, the biggest irony of this whole thing to me is his brain froze up right when they asked him about his re-election campaign.
Okay.
Senator, you're up for election in 3 short years. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm sorry, I had a hard time hearing you.
That's okay. What are your thoughts on running for re-election in 2026?
What are my thoughts about what?
Running for re-election in 2026.
That's
Did you hear the question, Senator? Running for re-election in 2026?
yes.
All right, I'm sorry, you all. We're going to need a minute. Senator Benny.
Yep.
Come with us. Okay.
Somebody else have a question? Please speak up.
Yes, perhaps not irony, but definitely
Minority Leader
an
Mitch
episode.
McConnell, Republican of Kentucky, had another episode where he froze and was unresponsive during a news conference. It happened today in Covington, Kentucky.
What are my thoughts about what?
Running for re-election in 2026.
That's
Right. That was just his no comment.
Did you hear the question,
comment.
Senator? Running for re-election in 2026?
Right, he playing freeze tag. He playing freeze tag. He like somebody hurry up and come touch me so I can breathe. You know, honestly, I mean, if Mitch McConnell wasn't responsible for so many terrible things happening in this country, if he wasn't always ready with a decades long record, always being ready to screw over the American people at every turn, no matter how he can, then I would feel bad. You know what I'm saying? I would feel bad, but I don't feel bad because this is Mitch McConnell we're talking about right now. You know what I'm saying? So, like, get the fuck out of here with this shit. So now we're going to go back and see what my man's is saying. Apparently, he thinks maybe he had a seizure. Maybe it was a stroke. I don't know. All I do know is Mitch McConnell needs to not be in office anymore. And if he actually runs for re-election, that's going to be incredible, man. I mean, the dude's going to be 86, 87 or 86. No, he will be pushing 90 by the time if he were to win in 2026, he would be like pushing 90. He will be over. Oh my, bro, it's time for him to go.
Right now is neurologist Dr. Tom Pitts. Dr. Pitts, I know you and I have spoken about this at length. McConnell, to me, was not a politician in that moment. He was somebody's daddy. He was someone who was going through a health episode. Remind our viewers what you believe the issue is here.
Yeah, he's someone's dad and he's going through a health episode indeed, but he's also literally the most powerful Republican in the country. He's one of the most powerful people on the planet. And so I don't really care. Get him out of office.
Here.
Hey, Adrian, good morning. Yeah, it's very sad to see, from a human point of view, transcending politics. This is hard to watch. What's worse to watch is, no one again calling 911, including the guy on the radio. They got him that whole radio set up. He didn't call 911, he just left them there. What's going on here? You see the eyes deviate right. He hears a question off to his left. He becomes confused. He says, "What?" That is mistaken for a hearing problem, but actually it was hyperfiring probably of the auditory cortex of the brain, the part that hears in the brain of the temporal lobe on the left side. That shoots his eyes over to the right. His head slightly turns to center. You see him tense up on the podium. Hearing problem, but he becomes confused. He says, "What?" That is mistaken for a hearing problem, but actually it was hyperfiring probably of the auditory cortex of the brain, the part that hears in the brain of the temporal lobe on the left side. That shoots his eyes over to the right. His head slightly turns to center. You see him tense up on the podium, and he's probably having a brief seizure with confusion afterwards. He answers yes, but not appropriately when the woman off screen comes on and asks him if he's okay. He answers yes, but he's clearly confused, and then he comes to after a few seconds, and this can be typical of partial seizures.
The partial seizure, the woman going up, I felt for her because she had the hard task of trying to make it look like everything's okay, stay calm, don't overreact. And yet you're wondering why we didn't see a paramedic or somebody come up and assist. I know if I tried to tell my grandfather, if he was going through something like this, to step down, to get out of the job that he's in, my grandfather would tell me to shut up. You know what I mean? I'm sure he's as stubborn as my granddaddy was, but no doubt there are concerns about his fitness to serve in office. If the senator
Oh shit, I'm not reposting this video, so it don't matter if it's not for use no more. I'm not reposting it.
were your patient, what would you advise him to do?
Well, the first thing I can tell you is that no one can give a long-term prognosis about if he can work or not without diagnosing him appropriately with an exam and imaging, EEG, right? All the tests that come with it.
I got to transform it if I'm trying to monetize it, but I've been texting. I'm about to get back to it, but it's not a big deal.
In the short term, though, in the immediate term, here's what I could tell you. Having rotated at Wright-Patt Air Force Base Medical Center through Wright State University as a civilian medical student and resident, I believe our servicemen and women are med boarded out of the military if they have epilepsy. He's had 2 of these now. If they're seizures, that would be consistent with epilepsy.
I don't feel bad for him at all. I mean, like, I'm not like, ha, 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 you're going through something, but Mitch McConnell has caused so much problems and so much trouble for this country and abroad because he's always ready to sell out. And oh shit, I would just say it. I already know you be playing, but I would just say it. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, no, I mean, it's like, bro, just get out of office. If he wasn't always prepared to sell out the American people, but all I feel like it's just a great representation of the fact that the establishment is on its way out. There's a lot of opportunity for change. There's a lot of opportunity for new faces. Literally because people in office are like 80 plus years old, 70 plus years old. So they're just on their way out. But yeah, man, I mean, whatever help he needs to get, he needs to go ahead and get it. But that also includes him getting the hell out of office. Getting the hell out of office. Like, bro, like, I mean, let's move on though. Now let's go ahead to Ted Cruz. I was like searching for stuff to say about Mitch McConnell, but there's just not much to say other than get the man out of office. You know what I mean? All you really can do with Mitch McConnell is hold on, what'd you say, ZJ? Yeah, absolutely. They definitely should be out for medical reasons. All right, now we about to check out some Ted Cruz, and apparently he was trying to be cool. He was trying to look like a macho man with some beer or something, and of course, he got roasted for it. He was chugging a beer on Newsmax.
What do you say? 2 beers per week is the recommended allowance?
Look, Eric,
tell us about it.
It is nuts. Number one, why the hell does Biden have an alcohol czar? We don't need czars in the United States. But number two, what is it with liberals that want to control every damn aspect of your life? Biden came in.
Hold up. Okay, I have to stop. Look, listen. We're 18 seconds into this video, and already I have to stop it because did he just say, what is it with liberals trying to control substances and trying to control things? I think that's what he said. Let me rewind it real quick. Let me rewind it, because that kind of interferes with the definition of liberalism and conservatism. But let's see what he has to say again. Let's give it a few seconds.
We don't need czars in the United States. But
Right,
number two, what is it with liberals?
Right there on the background, like, yay, wait, they ready to go. And they're like, look at him.
That want to control every damn aspect of your life.
Liberals want to control every aspect of your life. Well, last I checked, it's not liberals who reversed Roe v. Wade. And again, liberal can be a broad term. Liberal can be a corporate Democrat. But again, even the corporate Democrats, last I checked, corporate Democrats didn't reverse Roe. Democratic states aren't the ones putting 6-week abortion bans in place. And more, you had your Joe Biden, your Bill Clinton with the 3 strikes rule. So Democrats, Republicans, but that's kind of getting down to just politics. But liberal and conservatism, like just in that very statement, you're mixing it around. Like, what the hell are you talking about, bro? Who's the main people always trying to go to war with the cartels? It's not liberals.
Biden.
The war on drugs. Who's the main people pushing that? Not liberals.
Came in. One of the first things they wanted to do was ban gas stoves. New York State has now done that for new construction. They're trying to go after and regulate ceiling fans. I got to tell you, it's hot in Texas. We don't want to get rid of our ceiling fans. And now these idiots have come out and said, drink 2 beers a week. That's their guideline. Well, I got to tell you, if they want us to drink.
Okay, before we see this, okay, look at how planned this was. Well, I gotta tell you, I gotta tell you. That's what, as soon as he started his rant, that's what he started with. I gotta tell you, I said this 18 times in the mirror before I got on television today. Clearly you had all of this rehearsed. But like, who's actually, a recommendation to drink 2 or 3 beers a week is just a recommendation. It's not a law. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a law. Jesus Christ.
The hell does Biden have an alcohol czar? We don't need czars in the United States. But number two, what is it with liberals that want to control every damn aspect of your life? Biden came in. One of the first things they wanted to do was ban gas.
And then who are the people who are banning books? You know what I'm saying? We can't have our kids being exposed to anything liberal. It ain't liberals banning books, it's conservatives.
Stoves. New York State has now done that for new construction. They're trying to go after and regulate ceiling fans. I got to tell you, it's hot in Texas. We don't want to get rid of our ceiling fans. And now these idiots have come out and said, drink 2 beers a week. That's their guideline. Well, I got to tell you, if they want us to drink 2 beers a week, frankly, they can kiss my ass.
No, okay.
If they don't want me to drink 2 goddamn beers a week, they can kiss my fat ass. I'm gonna have 2 beers a day. 2, 3, 7 beers a goddamn day. Again, ain't nobody telling you that you can't drink more. Like, and then they all got the beers out. All right, fellas, it's about that time. You see that little smile on his face? Look at his teeth. You can see his teeth right there. My dude, everybody was ready. They was all waiting for that moment.
Come out and said, drink 2 beers a week. That's their guideline. Well, I got to tell you, if they want us to drink 2 beers a week, frankly, they can kiss my ass.
No, okay. Senator, I brought a beer to drink with you. I'll drink this non-alcoholic beer with you because I'm not allowed to drink on camera, but I'll have a sip in the meantime.
Well, look, I got to say, have you ever seen a brand do more damage to itself than Bud Light, which single-handedly seem to destroy themselves? So I'm glad you're not drinking a Bud Light. Personally, I'm fond of Shiner Bock, which is a good Texas brand. I've been to the Shiner Brewery in Shiner, Texas, and I recommend it. And I promise you, this is not alcohol-free beer down here.
No, and by the way, the one I have right after the show won't be alcohol-free either. And it may just be a vodka on the rocks as well.
So, what?
Oh, this is actually one of the videos that we was gonna check out too. Peter Navarro. He right, exactly. So, like, how dare they recommend you only have a couple of beers a week? You know what I'm saying? How dare they? But I'm pretty sure it was the conservative influences within the country that like outlawed alcohol and We are continuing to push the drug war to outlaw all these substances. And last time I checked, it's the red states who are still the ones who are mainly in the way of legalizing marijuana. Even though Missouri, my home state, did it. All these red states are doing it. Oklahoma, though, I think all 16 counties voted no to make recreational marijuana. Woo. Okay, but this was another video that we was gonna watch. I don't know how long this is because I have this pulled up on another page. Clarence Thomaston came out and I mean, we got a lot of stuff. We got Sam Bankman-Fried today. We got One America News Network, 4G Auto Blow. We got Ron DeSantis. We got Vivek. We got a whole lot of stuff today. Karl Rove. Oh yeah, we rolling. Hold up. Let's just stay on this for now. Hold up.
What this, I think, means is that we'll have a trial next week. But these are questions that'll certainly move up the chain to the appellate level. And as I said at the beginning, this is probably going to the Supreme Court because this is so important. Okay, you can't.
She said she just standing behind him. Trump lost, and you know it.
Have a Congress, a partisan Congress, that abuses the subpoena process for the purpose of punishing the party that's out of power or putting somebody in jail. Okay, in this case, clearly the J6 committee was trying to build a criminal case against President Trump, and it was no coincidence that on Monday...
We're going to skip to when he get mad. Let's skip to when he get mad.
One courtroom away from where I was in 2017 going into the White House, okay? So anyway...
we skipping for... He's too boring to listen to.
I'm not going to answer any questions about what transpired today or about the case for obvious reasons. If you have a general question...
Okay, here we go.
I'll
argument in trial, either the jury that former president invoked executive privilege. So you can't make that argument in trial. What do you tell the jury? What's your defense?
Well, why don't you come next week, and all will be revealed.
On CBS.
Yeah. Anything else? All right. I appreciate.
Sorry, Mr. Varley.
No, that's all right. No, I appreciate it.
People, I just wanted to
no, this is great. You know, it's like
them, we appreciate what
put
you're
your flag
doing,
up there.
We appreciate what you're doing, sir. We
This
appreciate
is,
the justice you're getting for this country.
I think this is kind of the important kind of debate where, and look, see, she's trying to block the flag.
Yep.
Okay, this is the problem we have in America. Like she's Trump lost, and you know it. That's fine. She's expressing her point of view. She's got a megaphone to disrupt.
Yep.
But when it comes time for me to express my view to you, you've seen what she's done. She's interrupted me while I was speaking, and she won't even let an American show the American flag. Shame on you, ma'am.
Shame,
Good for you, ma'am. See?
Thank you very much.
Okay, that's
You love the Proud Boys, huh?
We'll see.
Proud Boys, Sam.
Hold on, let me see, because I got something else pulled up on this. Hold on before I pull it up on this other page, because I think I may have skipped through it at one point because I just went to the end of it. Okay, yeah, here we go. I'm gonna bring it up on this other screen real quick. This is because in that video I ended because it was like 7.5, 8 minutes. I must have skipped through it, but here I'll show the clip. Where is it? Where is it? Here we go. So this is a clip, I guess, of him getting mad.
So here's the problem here. It's like, where's the CNN? CNN here? Is CNN here? Anybody want to own up to that? Here's the problem.
Hero.
Who's this? Come on.
Bro, you're already facing charges.
Yeah, I get it.
Go ahead and commit another crime.
So,
choked on my coffee a little bit. She said, bro, you're already facing charges. Go ahead, commit another crime. She said it so calmly.
The problem.
Hero.
Who's
Hero.
this? Here's the problem.
Hero.
Who's this? Come on.
Bro,
Get me out.
you're already
Come
facing
on.
charges.
Yeah, I get it.
Go ahead and commit
So-
a crime.
So,
You've been here this whole time. Situational.
yes, okay.
Why?
She was so calm. She's like, bro, I've been here the whole time. Nah, but the funniest again, he sat in there. He was mad. He was frustrated. But the funny thing is, it's like, bro, you was sitting there for like 8 minutes giving this speech. You could have just ignored it. Oh, get that off. I don't want to see that message. He know Trump lost, man. All of these people know Trump lost. Like, come on, man. But yeah, no, that was that. How smooth and calm and just unbothered she was. That's really what did it. She was like, bro. All right, bro, go ahead, commit more charges. Oh, Clarence Thomas. What's up with Clarence Thomas? Yeah, no, we definitely got to put that on a shirt for sure. Clarence Thomas discloses 3 trips paid for by GOP donor. Attorney blasts critics. What is this?
A radical left agenda. That's what it's about. Thomas, this isn't about Justice Thomas. This is about abortion, and this is about their radical left agenda. That's what it's about.
I like him even less because he's from my state. You know what I'm saying? So it's even like this is abortion in the radical left. Like, bro, Roe v. Wade was in place for 50 years. Y'all reversed it, and now they're like, oh, well, you know, because the Democrats have been pushing this agenda to where you can abort babies even if they're due in a day. Like, nah, bro, ain't nobody been pushing that. Roe v. Wade was put into place, and shit was just kind of chill. Y'all the ones who went in to change everything. Y'all are the ones who are extreme. Y'all are the radicals. Y'all reversed a 50-year policy. This is the radical left. Like,
About. And
it's so annoying, bruh. And again, he's from Missouri, so I dislike him even more.
They're threatening the judiciary, threatening to withhold funding from them, including, it looks like to me, security funding. You can't tell me that the $10 million that they're threatening to withhold, which is exactly what the Supreme Court asked for in security funding, happens to be coincidental. Everybody knows what's going on here. It's hostage taking. And it is, I tell you what, if they start this game, they will regret it. Because pretty soon we won't have an independent judiciary, and, you know, then all bets are off.
The drip.
What does that even mean?
Drip of these destructive disclosures is going to destroy the United States Supreme Court unless there is an effective, proper investigation. That's why I continue to maintain that we need the Department of Justice to investigate Clarence Thomas's apparent failure to report or misreporting. These inaccuracies, if
we got Jen in the building from down under. Hello, welcome. Always a pleasure to have you.
purposeful, amount to a violation of criminal law. And even the highest court in the land is not higher than the law itself.
He's obviously been targeted because he's a conservative black man, and he's on the Supreme Court in an effort to undercut the legitimacy of the court. I think the best thing for the Chief Justice Roberts and the judges to do is to take this experience and go back and consider whether there are changes in their...
Okay, whatever. Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas today disclosed additional travel paid for by GOP megadonor Harlan Crow last year, including a private very recently, including a private jet flight to Texas that the justice said he accepted because of increased security after the leak of the High Court's controversial abortion opinion. In an extensive note attached to an annual disclosure report made public Thursday, Thomas noted a flight paid for by Crow last year for an American Enterprise Institute event in Dallas, in which the justice was the keynote speaker. Thomas said that he accepted the private plane flight because of the increased security risk. After the leak of the High Court's controversial opinion overturning Roe v. Wade, the disclosure report, which typically which typically provide only limited details about Justice's outside income and investments, also noted a private plane trip paid for by Crow last year to Texas in February, which Thomas said he accepted because of an unexpected ice storm. Oh, yeah. Well, there's always a reason why he did it. You know what I'm saying? He always has an excuse. It's not just because he felt like doing it and he could. It's there was a good reason why he had to do it. You know, of course, we got to cut him some slack. That's all it is. Okay, unexpected ice storm. The disclosure notes another trip paid to Crow's Lodge in the Adirondacks. I think those are like mountains. Adirondacks, and added new detail about Crow's purchase of property from Thomas in 2014. The new insight comes as the Supreme Court and Thomas in particular have been under intense scrutiny for months over outside grips and travel, a debate that has prompted Democrats in Congress and outside groups to pressure the court to adopt a code of ethics or greater transparency in disclosures. Okay. In an unusual move, perhaps underscoring the attention the stories of luxury travel have received, Thomas's attorney fired back at critics who have questioned his ethics, because how dare we question the ethics of the highest court in all the land? You know, like if you take something to the Supreme Court, it can't go no further than that. It can't go no higher than that. So how silly of us to want to maintain the ethicality and the sincerity of the Supreme Court. You know, we tripping. Who the hell do we think we are? The reports for Thomas and Justice Samuel Alito landed amid a series of recent scandals involving Thomas and private jet travel and luxury vacations paid for others. Paid for others. Alito acknowledged in June that he flew to Alaska for a fishing trip on a private jet in 2008 that belonged to a hedge fund manager who repeatedly brought cases before the high court. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here whatsoever, you know. I bring cases to the high court all the time, and I be tricking on y'all. They just be tricking on them, you know what I'm saying? Giving them what they need. That's all it is. You dig? Oh, Aaron, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. You said we have to smoke, drink alcohol, or self-medicate in some way to deal with all this constant dumbassery and constant assault on our rights. These are dark times. People like us here give me hope. Well, thank you so much, Aaron. You give me hope and encouragement as well. That's why I'm on here every day. And again, the more that we do this, the more this is becoming a legitimate community that we can impact change in the real world with. So again, Aaron, thank you so much for the $10 super chat and your continued support. I truly appreciate it. Now, you know, so let's see. This is a quote, I think, the attorney, Elliot Burke, the attorney representing Thomas. This is a statement he released. He says, over the course of his 44 years in public service in all three branches of government, Justice Thomas has always strived for full transparency and adherence to the law, including with respect to what personal travel needed to be reported, the statement read. After reviewing Justice Thomas's records, I am confident there has been no willful ethics transgression, and any prior reporting errors were strictly inadvertent. And you know, again, like he said, he's confident that there was no willful ethics transgression. It just so happens, you feel me? It just so happens that no, I don't have Twitch. Actually, I don't have Twitch. I'm just on YouTube, Tina. Perhaps one day, but no, I'm a YouTuber. But oh yeah, you know, that line is just funny because it's like, you know, I'm confident that Clarence Thomas never intended, you know, to do anything unethical. It just so happens he took 50 vacations a year, all bought and paid for by other people. All right, bro. Clarence Thomas. I almost said Clarence Jackson. Clarence Thomas. Joe Biden really helped him get that seat. Indeed, he did. Speaking of Joe Biden did something pretty cool. The Biden administration did something pretty cool for unions. Oh, Distracted Gardener, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. And again, man, I'm telling y'all keep me going. Y'all keep me encouraged. And man, so many of y'all are way more politically active than me. So I end up learning so many valuable things from this audience. But again, thank you so much. Thank you so much to everybody. Now, let's go ahead and check out something that the Biden administration did that's not bad. Again, Distracted Gardener, thank you. Oh, and you have an orange cat. Is the orange cat mean or is it a sweet orange cat? Because, orange cats have a devilish reputation. So I had a calico. Her name was Peekaboo. And she was one of the sweetest animals I've ever known. But yeah, or you never know with orange cats, you know what I'm saying? All right, let's see what's up. Now, yeah, let me bring this up. Ooh. Oh, my man's is getting a new dresser. Okay, okay. All right. Biden's NLRB brings workers' rights back from the dead. A decision last Friday makes union organizing possible again. Basically, what this move ended up doing, long story short, is made it so that if workers attempt to unionize and the managerial class attempts to stop that organization, that union will be automatically recognized. That's basically, long story short, what the Biden administration just did. Last Friday, the National Labor Relations Board released its most important ruling in many decades. In a party line decision in Cemex Construction Materials Pacific LLC, the board ruled that when a majority of a company's employees file union affiliation cards, the employer can either voluntarily recognize their union or, if not, ask the board to run a union recognition election. If, in the run up to or during that election, the employer commits an unfair labor practice, such as illegally firing pro union workers, which has become routine in nearly every such election over the last 40 years, as the penalties have been negligible, the board will order the employer to recognize the union and enter forthwith into bargaining. So basically, what this means is, again, union workers have the right to unionize, period, the end. That's what this means, which is good. Now, I don't know how much the Biden administration is going to talk about this, which continues to be one of the Democrats' biggest problems, is the things they do. They don't talk about them enough. They don't let people know. Yeah, the Democrats absolutely fall short. They're always pushing half measures, but the things that Democrats do that are a net benefit to the country, oftentimes people don't even know what it was. But something like this, again, this gives people the right to unionize. This is a big deal. This is a big deal. You know what I'm saying? You out of weed? Oh, see, look, everybody out of weed today. I'm gonna have me some soon. You feel me? It's coming. It's on its way. But this is a big deal. The Cemex decision was preceded by another one day earlier, in which the board, also along party lines, set out rules for representation elections, which required them to be held promptly after the board had been asked to conduct them, curtailing employers' ability to delay them, often indefinitely. Oh. Had to take a sip of coffee to that. Man, you got to give credit where it's due. This is a big deal, man. This is a big deal. It really is. Now, I hope the Biden administration talks about it, but this happened Friday. I mean, this happened last week. You know what I'm saying? This happened last week, and ain't nobody really talking about it. You know what I'm saying? So, the general strike? No, I haven't heard about that. I have not heard about that. I'm slacking. Apparently, I'm slacking. All right, so let's keep going down. All right. Taken together, this one-two punch effectively makes union organizing possible again after decades in which unpunished employer illegality was the most decisive factor in reducing the nation's rate of private sector unionization from roughly 35% to the bare 6% at which it stands today. Man, that is a huge decline. Man, the struggles we face just because corporate America thinks it doesn't have enough money. 35% to 6%. In the board's press release outlining its 121-page decision, excuse me. Yes, Biden is drilling. Biden is drilling so much, which is always funny when Republicans are like, Biden administration, it's fucking up our energy independence. Like, not really, bro. The revised framework represents an effort to better effectuate employees' right to bargain through their chosen representative, while acknowledging that employers have the option to invoke the statutory provision, allowing them to pursue a board election. When employers pursue this option, the new standard will promote a fair election environment by more effectively disincentivizing employers from committing unfair labor practices. Quote, this is a sea change, a home run for workers. I don't know, somebody hit me up. This is a sea change, a home run for workers, said Brian Petruska, an attorney for the Laborers Union, who authored a 2017 law review article on how to effectively restore to workers their right to collective bargaining enshrined in the 1935 National Labor Relations Act, which was all but nullified by the act's weakening over the past half century. Taken together, Petruska added last week's decisions recreate a system with no tolerance for employers' coercion of their employees. I mean, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, this may end up being the best thing that that the Biden administration does in its first term. This right here. Ashley, thank you so much for joining us. Have a good rest of the day. I appreciate you for being here. Man, everybody in here is on a mission to get some more weed. We all on the same page today. That's why we family. That's why we family. And Christina in here smoking for all of us. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, this may end up being the Biden administration's biggest win. But I mean, they got to talk about it though. They have to advertise it. The whole Democratic Party needs to be talking about this, but of course they're not doing it. All they're talking about is Donald Trump. That's it. All right, but again, this goes down just more into some history and stuff. But essentially, if y'all want to check this out, this is on prospect.org. Check it out. Go to prospect.org. Again, the national, what is it? The National Labor Relations Board basically just made it such that if you want to unionize, you can. And if your employer tries to prevent you from unionizing, the National Labor Relations Board will be like, no, you can't do that. This is fantastic. Again, and look at those numbers. 35% of the country's workforce was unionized. Now, just 6%. You know what I'm saying? Like, so purposeful. So purposeful. Like, whoops. Don't know how that happened. Now, you know, Donald Trump, he loves him some Vivek. I mean, look, listen, pretty much everybody who likes Vivek Ramaswamy, they just like him because he's always kissing up to Donald Trump. That's pretty much it. But no, yeah, Soul Life, I agree. This is good, man. This is really good because the job market sucks. It just does. It really does. The job market fucking sucks. And it's hard and it's difficult and it's rough. And so much of it is unnecessary. You know, you used to be able to raise a family off of one income. And now, yeah, right. Trump calls Vivek Ramaswamy great, but warns he should be careful. He's getting a little bit controversial. Even Trump sees that Vivek is a clown. He's like, all right, dude, I like that you're kissing my ass, but end of the day, you know what I'm saying? All right, let's see what he has to say. Even Donald Trump knows.
Just 10 years ago, Jesus was the best kept secret in the Jewish community.
The by far front runner for the Republican nomination and the most persecuted man in, I believe, American history. The
most persecuted man in American history. in the history of this country. Oh my God, bro. He doesn't believe that. Glenn Beck does not believe that. He knows he doesn't believe that. That's ridiculous.
Former President of the United States, President Donald Trump. Welcome to the program, sir. How are you?
Well, thank you, Glenn. I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm fine. You're probably right about that. Sadly, the most persecuted.
Yeah, you are.
I've never heard it put quite as succinctly, but it's probably true.
So let me ask you, you've seen the deep state. We now all know what you saw was true and deeper than I think any of us knew. They've weaponized everything. They are serious about trying to put you in prison. Can I ask, will you and can you run a campaign from a jail cell?
Well, I don't think that's ever happening. We have a great case. Every case is a scam. This is just like Russia. Remember, I was going to be guilty with Russia. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere.
Every case is a scam.
Where with 18 radical Democrats and Bob Mueller, the Mueller report said there was no...
Exactly, Mayor. It's none of the real freedom fighters, in the age of segregation. It's none of the abolitionists back in, Reconstruction, before that, in the times of slavery. It's none of that. It's none of the people who fought long and hard to bring social programs to this country. No, none of that. It's Donald Trump. He's the most persecuted man in American history.
Collusion. Everyone had a heart attack. And then they started Ukraine. Then they started lying on Pfizer reports. These are bad people. These are sick people. And now we have the biggest lead I've ever had. The debate, I actually went up after the debate, as you know. We did your friend Tucker's interview, and he had 261 million people, which is an all-time record.
Yeah.
Bro, 260 million. Obviously, we know the Twitter views are fake. That's not real. Even Ben Shapiro pointed at Ben Shapiro was roasting Tucker Carlson. Ben Shapiro was flaming Tucker Carlson about how terrible the interview was. But 261 million people did not tune into that interview.
So when you say, like, I didn't do a debate, I actually didn't do a debate, but I had 261 million people listening versus...
He probably has convinced himself that, though.
11 million, which they had, which was one of the lowest rated debates. So
they're 11 million compared to the 261 million. That's how he says million. He says million. 261 million people who turned into my interview with Tucker Carlson on X.
I went up fairly substantially after that, and I think the fake indictment that they did in Georgia was very helpful, and then they insisted on a mugshot, and somehow it turned out to be very iconic.
I have to tell you, I don't know how you do it every day. I really don't. I would.
I don't know how you do it, man. If I was in your position, I'd just collapse. I'd totally collapse. If I was guilty of everything that you're guilty of, I don't know how I'd be able to deal with it. I mean, I probably wouldn't do any of the things that you've done. That's how you deal with it, Glenn Beck, because you wouldn't have done any of the things that Donald Trump has done, because most people aren't that stupid. Yes, you were right. So he'd be like millions and millions and millions.
Lost my mind a long time ago. You said in 2016, lock her up. And then when you became president, you said, we don't do that in America. That's just not the right thing to do. That's what they're doing. Do you regret not locking her up? And if you're president again, will you lock people up?
Well, I'll give you an example. The answer is you have no choice because they're doing it to us. I always had such great respect for the office of the president, the presidency, and but the office of the president.
Yeah, I was making fun of this yesterday. The office of the president, the presidency, or the office of the president. Like, well, I mean, again, what would arresting Hillary Clinton? How would that have prevented you from holding on to classified documents for a year and a half? How are those two things correlated? All the stuff you did in 2020 with the election, how are those related to each other?
And I never hit Biden as hard as I could have. And then I heard he was trying to indict me, and it was him that was doing it. You know, I don't think he's sharp enough to think about much, but he was there, and he was probably the one giving the order. But he was, hard to believe that he even thinks about that because he's gone. But then I said, well, they're actually trying to indict me because every one of these indictments is him, including Bragg. Bragg put his top people. I don't know if you know this. He put his top person into the office of the Manhattan District Attorney. They've been in total coordination with Fannie Willis. The woman that I never met that they accused me of rape, that's being run by a Democrat.
Appreciate you for being here, Libby. Have a good one.
A Democrat operative and paid for by the Democrat Party. So many of these things. I have a couple of other lawsuits, all funded against me by the Democrat Party. These are sick people. These are evil people. And it's an amazing thing. We talk about the public. The public is smarter than anyone can imagine because they understand what's happening. It's really actually driven. I was doing very well before this stuff, but it's really driven my poll numbers up. And you look at these, that basically they're saying I don't have a right to challenge an election. And I did something, and I have to get it to you like immediately yesterday, where we put in all of the Democrats over the last 15, 20 years that have been challenging elections. And this tape, the problem is it would go on for 2 hours.
Yeah. We have 25 minutes of it. I mean, it's crazy.
You got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Did you get that from me? Did my office send that in?
I don't know. I don't remember where we. Do you remember, Stu? But we have it and we've played it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's
incredible. It does.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop.
No.
I mean, it doesn't stop. It just keeps going and going.
So
and much nastier. I mean, I'm like a kind person by comparison. They're calling.
I'm a kind person.
For death.
I know.
Maxine Waters is crazy. She's like a crazy lunatic. The way she talks about people, go into restaurants and beat them up and things. Her statements are just unbelievable. But a lot of them are unbelievable, and nobody talks about them. Hillary Clinton, who called up and conceded the night of the election, and a week later she started saying that she won the election. Not that she said I didn't win. I didn't win. It's all done. And then,
again, obviously, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump are they're just not comparable. Donald Trump is still saying that he won the election in 2020. He's still doing it all these years later.
Then she made up the Russia hoax. And then after 2 years, I won that. And then they go into Ukraine. No, these are sick people.
I know.
But the public gets it. They get it almost as well as you do. I don't think anybody gets it.
So, Mr. President, we have so many problems. I got a call from a Democrat just last week, and she said, "Glenn, I'm thinking about voting for a Republican, and I'm still a Democrat." She said, "But I'm on a fixed income. I know for a fact what I used to have in my pocket at the end of every month is now not even there at the end of every week. They are hurting. People feel like the Republic is over. A lot of people look at what's going on and say, this can't last. Can you give people
We're going to put a C there, just for code language so that everybody knows.
Hope that change can happen and you can bring things back, a republic and an economy?"
So, Glenn, I can. Look, we had this running until COVID, 2.5 years. It was the greatest economy in the history of the world. Everybody was happy. African Americans, Asian.
The greatest economy in the history of the world. Bro, if we had the greatest economy in the history of the world, then you wouldn't have lost. I mean, come on, bruh. Like, if it was really that good, you would have steamrolled Joe Biden. Because let's be serious, man. Let's be serious. I wore Shenko jeans. Thank you so much for being here. You have a safe and wonderful afternoon as well. But it's like, hold on, what was I even just saying? Oh, man, see, Donald Trump's so full of shit. Oh, yeah. The greatest economy in the history of the world. Like, bro. Oh, my God.
Americans, Hispanic Americans, women, men, people with diplomas from MIT and people with no diplomas from high school. Everybody was happy. And frankly, I was getting calls from people on the left and even the radical.
Everybody was happy. That's why I lost re-election, because everyone was just so satisfied with the job that I was doing.
The left, get together. This country was coming together. Then we got hit with COVID. We did a great job with COVID. It has never been acknowledged, but it will be in history. We did a great job with the ventilators and all the things we did, because nobody knew what it was. Nobody had any clue as to what it was. And we did a great job. And when we handed it back over after a terrible, terrible election. I mean, they used COVID, they cheated. Even if you just go by what they did with legislators and legislatures, what they did with the consent decree in Georgia, the signing of that consent decree was by Raffensperger and the governor. The signing of that consent decree with legislatures and not getting approval. And any sitting president in history.
He's trying to talk. Hold up.
Again, I got more votes than any sitting president in history by
But you still lost.
far, by millions.
I know.
That's like saying,
The final score of the game was 150 to 125. I made 125. The other guy had 150. So we should just pretend like that isn't more than 125.
like, bruh, you got 77 million votes and Joe Biden got more than 80 million votes. What I mean, it was, yeah, I mean, what he won by like 7 million votes or something like that, right? Like, he's such a loser that he's trying to win for losing.
And it's a very, very sad thing that happened to us.
So let me ask you, because you talk about what has happened in the past. I look at the GOP. You know, the head of the chair of the RNC tweeted on the day that you had the mugshot her excitement for the convention to come to Houston in 2028. They're not. I mean, the GOP is not at their post, and Wisconsin, Georgia, Pennsylvania, that the GOP has not been changing the things that happened last time in the election. They haven't shored those up. How do we ensure that we have a real election if the GOP won't do anything?
Yeah, you're not wrong. Look, I've been complaining they're not tough enough. The Democrats are dirty players. They lie, they cheat. What they did was unbelievable with ballots, with every conceivable form of cheating. And that includes, if you think, even the FBI. How about the FBI Twitter? Then you have the DOJ and Facebook, and you have all of these things
Like
that
said 2020 was popping.
happened. And it was incredible what they did. And they used COVID to do it. But, you know, I'll tell you, two questions that I'm asked most often is, the first is, how do you take it? How do you live? How do you take it? And I get that asked from very successful people like you.
Yeah.
But I get that asked by the most successful people that have been tough and smart. They say, could I ask you something, President? How do you take it? And I take it because I take it. You know, I mean, I sometimes say, do I have a choice?
Take it because I take it.
These people are crazy. But, you know, I've been taking it from the day I came down the escalator. You know, they made up that Russia hoax when I went up to number one in the polls. You know, if I wasn't polling, if I were doing in fourth place like almost everybody, you know, they're all gone. The Republicans are all gone. They're way down. DeSanctimony is a very disloyal guy. He's so far down. I think he's probably not even going to be in second place much longer. But I'm 40, 50 points ahead of all the Republicans.
Go ahead and finish up the cleaning, Sunshine Dragon. Appreciate you for being here.
Republicans, but they say, how do you take it? The fact that there's such love of what we stand for, and what we stand for is a great economy, strong borders, all of it's going to come back. The hardest thing to cure is going to be the millions and millions of people.
Millions and millions.
That they allowed into our country.
Yeah, I know.
They allow millions of people. And Glenn, these are people from prisons, from jails. These are people from mental institutions. And you could
Millions and millions of people. All of them came from prisons.
call them insane asylums, which is a step above. These are the people that they're allowing into our country, and they're terrorists. There are terrorists coming into our country, and they're just walking in, and they're totally, nobody knows who they are, what they are, where they are. It's what they're doing to our country is either a death wish. They're not stupid, because anybody that could cheat that way in elections is not stupid. But what they are is, I believe they might hate our country. They have to.
You think they might? They might hate our country.
And who can want open borders?
Right. I
Who
know.
can want no voter ID? You know, they have a thing for voter ID. They fight voter ID viciously. Why don't you want voter ID? Because you want to cheat. And if you think about it, they have to cheat.
They have to cheat. Find me 11,860 votes.
Or what was it? 11,000 in something.
exactly one more than we need.
Because who's going to vote for open borders, high taxes, high interest rates, bad economy, weak military, woke military, believe it or not? You know, I defeated ISIS with our military. I did it in 4 weeks. I took out ISIS. I was told by certain generals that are television generals it would take years. And I flew to Iraq, and I came back with some incredible information, and I knocked out ISIS in 4 weeks. You know, our military is incredible. They don't get the credit. But then you see in Afghanistan, I was all for getting out. I'm the one that got the troops down.
I know.
But you have to keep Bagram, and you have to take our soldiers out last, not first. What they did is so horrible. And I believe it was the lowest point.
Oh, I'm about to run and grab my my charger for the laptop. I forgot to plug it in. Hold on, I'll be right back.
In the history of our country, what happened, that withdrawal, the way they withdrew from Afghanistan was the lowest in the history of our country. But no, we'll bring it back.
Okay,
we're going to bring back the economy, and we're going to bring back the strong border.
Last question. You said that you weren't going, but you would be watching the debate for a vice president. Have you thought of Vice President Ramaswamy?
Well, I think he's great. Look, anybody that said I'm the best president in a generation, I don't know. You'll have to define.
Thank you, Brewski Dragon. I shortballed it. I said 11,680, but actually I was shortballing it a little bit. Thank you.
Generation for so long time. And he said it a couple of times, and he said it in 100 years. So I have to like a guy like that. You know, I can't get upset with him, but he's a smart guy. He's a young guy. He's got a lot of talent. He's a very intelligent person. He's got good energy, and he could be in some form of something. I tell you, I think he'd be very good. I think he's very good. I think,
and you know, he's almost as full of shit as I am. So you know, he can just come under my wing, and I'll mentor him, and I'll show him how to be as full of shit as me. He's almost there, but not quite yet.
He's really distinguished himself. He's starting to get out there a little bit. He's getting a little bit controversial. I got to tell him, be a little bit careful. Because some things you have to hold in just a little bit.
Look, man, everybody, look at how he's laughing. Nobody takes Vivek seriously, bruh. They only like him because he kisses Trump's ass so much, and he's entertaining because they like that.
That's right. But he's got a lot of good energy, I will tell you. And he's tell you, I think
how he's laughing.
Be very good. I think he's very good. I think he's really distinguished himself. He's starting to get out there a little bit. He's getting a little bit controversial. I got to tell him, be a little bit careful because some things you have to hold in just a little bit, right? But he's got a lot of good energy, I will tell you, and he's been very nice to me, and you know, most of them have.
That's where it is.
He's been very nice to me.
Okay, that's really what we wanted to get to.
Other than Christie, don't forget Christie.
Hearing him give his advice to Vivek.
He left with an 8% approval rating.
Oh yeah, it was horrible.
Okay, so we basically watched the full interview there. There we go. For 14 minutes, Donald Trump said absolutely nothing whatsoever. Now, let's see. Let's go ahead and check this out. We got my man's 4G auto blow. You know what I mean? We got my man's in the building. Yeah, I don't know how they're grown people, Dum Dum the Clown. I have absolutely no clue, but apparently they are. One America News Network embarrasses employees with Real America MAGA rap video. All right, let's see what's up. This must be it. I think there's a few things to watch.
We begin the program tonight with breaking news. The 45th president of the United States, Donald.
Just in case y'all didn't get enough cringe, I'm gonna go ahead and give you some more.
J. Trump has been indicted for the 4th time by a corrupt Biden regime justice system, and patriots are fed up.
Voters got rights, waving flags and the stars and stripes, indicting presidents, that's not right. If questioning the outcome of election is a crime, then give me life. If questioning the outcome of the election is a crime, they gonna lock us patriots up and we gonna do time to land.
Okay, hold up.
Not right. If questioning the outcome of election is a crime, then give me life. If questioning the outcome of the election,
they're like, the news anchor's like,
is a crime, they gonna lock us patriots up and we gonna do time. The land of the free and the home of the brave. There's an Air Force veteran that's trying to pay the way.
moments of prime time, I spit the truth like I'm damn ball. Real America, and we ain't no commies, you protecting the children. 2 a.m. the building, from you Democrats.
Protecting the children.
Pedophiles rigging the system. This a message to the fake news. We all know Trump won. Try to censor us and ban every single one of us. Father and a journalist, he never changed for the fame. 30 years later, damn balls, legendary, man. Get real. Read between the lines. FJB, middle finger to the other side. Get real. Read between the lines. Trump 24 indicted in a landslide. Voters got rights. Wave them flags and the stars and stripes. Indicting presidents.
Check this out. Look at this. All it says is indictment number 4. That's all it says. Hey, can you read this? There's 2 words on it. Trump indictment number 4.
It's not right. If questioning the outcome of election is a crime, then give me life. Trump's nephew's coming right back with another one. Indictment number 4. I don't think the DOJ was dumb enough. Fannie Willis, Alvin Bragg. Yeah, y'all want some pressure, huh? America, we got Trump's back and we ain't letting up. Patriot like Mr. H. 82 years in this place. Liberals need a safe space and burn a flag in your face. Put America first like one American news. Abolish mail-in ballots so I know that we can't lose. 10-year anniversary, Novak's gonna murder me. Hunter Biden's laptop, boy, that's a first degree. Hillary Clinton, yeah.
Hey, you know what the funniest thing about all of this is it's like I mean, who cares? But this guy can't do anything else. Like, you can't rebrand yourself musically. Like, this is it. Like, after this election, you're done. Like, there's no more.
For perjury. Nelson Mandela, pardon yourself, made history. CNN, another woke channel, spread fake views. Lying to Americans, monetizing fake news. If you don't sell your soul, you gon' get demonetized. Pray and keep your faith in God. He is always on our side. Voters got right.
Don't sell your soul, you'll get demonetized. Look, listen, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something, bro. It's actually pretty difficult to get demonetized. Usually speaking, you know, sometimes the YouTube now Twitch is another animal. They'll monetize. Twitch will just take. I know there's people who like had a blunt, like they had a blunt like on the camera, and Twitch was like skirt. But YouTube, you know, I mean, bro, like you really got to be going ham for YouTube to be like, okay, we're gonna demonetize you. I mean, you just got to be egregious, really, or spreading ridiculously fake information. Otherwise, YouTube don't give a fuck what you do on here. So long as you decent for somebody's advertisement, they don't care what you do. And especially in terms of monetization, like for instance, right? Like if I were to, you know, like when I upload edits, like maybe I'll post a 5-minute clip. I can choose to have that video monetized or not. If I want it to be monetized, it's my responsibility to make sure that I'm following the guidelines. And the guidelines are relatively simple. Just don't be in the video. And as soon as the video starts, you basically just can't be like, fuck. As soon as the video starts, if you can manage to do that, then YouTube's not going to demonetize you. I just had to get that out. You know, I mean, yes, it can happen, but typically speaking, nah, bro, YouTube don't give a fuck what you do on here, man.
Wave them flags and the stars and stripes. Indicting president.
Yeah, like, or it has to be, it just has to be something you sort of have to choose to do that you don't really need to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, for your whole channel to get axed. I'm sorry, like if a video gets demonetized, I'm sorry. Cry me a river, boo-hoo, upload another video. Stop crying, shut up. If your video gets demonetized, then just fix it. Now, if your channel gets demonetized, you probably did some shit, man. You just probably did.
That's not right.
But we done with this. we done with this. We don't gotta watch no more. And I think there's here Trump dancing. Yo, this is fun. No, stop being slow, damn it. You was just doing your thing. Now you fucking up the vibe. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. I gotta reload the page. We have to watch that. We absolutely have to watch it. Stop, damn it! They won't let us watch it big. You know what? This must be the ancestors looking out for y'all. This the ancestors looking out for y'all. All I want to do is see Trump dance, but I guess they looking out for y'all right now. All right, now hold up. Now we got a couple of things. I'm sorry. We too much cringe. I'm ruining y'all weekend. I'm fucking up y'all weekend. That's what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all thought y'all was gonna go into the weekend on a good note, but nah. Y'all gotta think about this. All right, so let's get into the boy Ramaswamy. Apparently so, LV. The universe does know. Apparently, the universe is telling me to get the fuck off the stage right now. That's what it is. The universe is telling me to get the fuck off the stage. Ramaswamy pledges to give Russia all territory it's taken from Ukraine and claims the U.S. bombed the Nord Stream pipelines. This is the least. Okay, so we got Karl Rove. Karl Rove criticizing Vivek. And then after this, we also, Vivek, he has a plan. Oh, I'm going to be on Monday. I'm definitely going to be on Monday. I'm absolutely going to. Well, TYT, their offices aren't open, so TYT isn't doing anything. But I'm going to be doing stuff on Monday. But let's see. Now, Vivek, like I said, he has a plan to get rid of the FBI. He just wants to get rid of the FBI. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? Like this, the 38-year-old who has no political experience, he going to get rid of the FBI. So we're going to check that out too.
So we heard Trump's concept of stopping the war in Ukraine. He says it's over in 24 hours. How would Vivek Ramaswamy, the president, stop the war in Ukraine?
Very clear vision. I would do a deal that Putin would say yes to, but that actually advances American interests so that the United States wins. Here's what I would do. I would freeze the current lines of control. I would further make a hard commitment that NATO will not admit Ukraine to NATO. That's enough to get Putin to do the deal. But I will require something even greater in return, Jesse. Russia has to exit its military alliance with China. Right now, we're pushing Russia further into China's hands. The Russia-China military alliance is the single greatest threat that the United States faces today. And so just as Nixon did it in 1972, I'll do it in reverse. Pull Russia apart from China. And by the way, get Russia to also remove its military presence in the Western Hemisphere. Get out of the Western Hemisphere. Reopen economic relations with Russia. That's how we do it.
President Ramaswamy flies to Moscow. He sits down across the table from Vlad, and he says, you're going to give up your alliance with China, and Vlad's going to say, okay.
Right. Vlad's just going to be like, all right, bro, cool.
He's going to say, okay.
He's going to say, okay.
Because I'm going to say we'll reopen our economic relations with Russia.
Your alliance with China. Swamy flies to Moscow. He sits down across the table. President.
Bro, literally nobody takes him seriously. Jesse's making fun of him right now. Like, I don't know if y'all caught that, but he's low-key making fun of Vivek right now. No, everyone knows this guy's full of shit. But you can see it. You can see Jesse's being very sarcastic.
President Ramaswamy flies to Moscow. He sits down across the table from Vlad, and he says, you're going to give up your alliance with China, and Vlad's going to say, okay.
He's going to say, okay, because I'm going to say we'll reopen our economic relations with Russia.
Okay.
And further, we'll end the Ukraine war and also make sure that NATO never admits Ukraine.
Even though the economic relations with China is much more valuable to Russia?
The reason it's more valuable is because we've wrongfully cut off Russia from the West by bombing the Nord Stream 1 and 2 pipelines and also sanctioning Russia. So if we can reopen the Western economic relations with Russia, Russia has less of a reason to be in partnership with China. There are also cracks in the armor of that relationship, Jesse, if you look closely. Russia actually sent weapons, both to India.
Yeah, he doesn't notice it. Like, bro, Jesse's making fun of you right now because you're just talking out your ass. Like, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to make a deal and Putin's just going to be like, hey, okay. And then next thing you know, the world alliances will shift. Trade routes will change. All in a matter of a couple of years.
Yeah, and to Vietnam, both of which border China. They're sending a signal. China wants to build a railroad in northeast China to get to the ocean. Russia won't let them. So there are cracks in that armor now.
Yeah, you're right. That isn't low key at all, bro. He's making fun of him so bad right now. And just the way he's talking to him, like, all right, President Vivek flies to Russia, puts a deal. Putin says, okay. Like, bro, he's making fun of you, bro.
Biden wants
Now
to
is the
build a
moment to
railroad
pull them
across
apart.
the
Nobody takes this guy seriously, including Karl Rove. Let's see what he has to say. And again, even outside of the fact that what was I going to say? Even outside of the fact that Vivek had the nerve to say, "Oh, Proud Boys leader Joseph Biggs sentenced to 17 years for January 6th Capitol attack." 17 years. Just in from NPR. We'll check that out too. I'm about to email it to myself. But yes, let's go ahead and get back to this. Right. He think I'm just gonna go in there, but like, bro, Putin would look at you like you a little kid, because compared to Putin, you are a little kid. Like, Karl Rove absolutely nukes Vivek Ramaswamy in scorching Wall Street Journal op-ed. Glib, shallow, overbearing, smooth-talking biotech entrepreneur. What does he have to say? Karl Rove, the famed Republican political advisor, nicknamed the architect by his party, has given an eviscerating anti-endorsement to presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy, calling him a performance artist who appeals to the dark parts of the American psyche. Hold on, let's see. In an op-ed for the Wall Street Journal, Rove tore into Ramaswamy for his lack of political experience, outright hypocrisy, and pandering to the fringiest part of the GOP base. Right off the bat, he refers to Ramaswamy's performance in last week's GOP primary debate, calling him an unusually glib, shallow, overbearing, smooth-talking biotech entrepreneur. And now this is what he had to say more. Quote, it's easy to dismiss Mr. Ramaswamy as a present-day Professor Harold Hill, the con man in The Music Man, with a ready smile and rapid patter-skinning to the citizens of River City. But Hill wanted only to sell band uniforms and musical instruments. Mr. Ramaswamy wants to control America's nuclear codes, or perhaps to occupy a comfortable seat in Mr. Trump's cabinet. He is a performance artist who says outrageous things, smears his opponents, and appeals to the dark parts of the American psyche. He continues, there's already a GOP candidate who does all of those things and worse. Republicans deserve a choice, not an echo. Again, for the most part, don't nobody take this dude seriously, because, I mean, how can you? Like you said, like, it's as soon as he opens his mouth, it's like, okay, this guy is not serious at all. Now, hold up. Let me pull this thing up. Let me pull this thing up on my page, on my screen real quick, about the Proud Boys. The Proud Boys leader, just got sentenced to 17 years in prison. Give me a moment. Let me open that bad boy up. All right, one sec. So let me get it on my screen. Oh, all right. Now we'll look at that next. Pow. Okay, here we go. Trump declares victory in 2024 Georgia primary. A big win. Already. It's already. Look at his face. Look at this dude, man. Former President Donald Trump is already claiming victory in Georgia's Republican presidential primary, which will be held on May 21st, 2024. On Wednesday, Trump gloated about the results of an Atlanta Journal-Constitution poll showing him well ahead of his Republican rivals in Georgia. The survey, which he posted on Truth Social, shows him polling at 57%, with Florida Governor Ron DeSantis in a distant second at 15%, Mike Pence at 4%. And this is what he had to say. Yes, he won bigly again. Very, very bigly. Bigly!
Wow, a big win in Georgia for President Trump. Georgia, which is absolutely a Republican state, I have no doubt about it, bad things happen, is showing up big. They demand accountability, and they demand it now. So sad what has happened to one of the greatest places on earth. But we will win in 2024. Georgia will lead the way. I believe Georgia is going to lead the way, and we will make America great again. We have to take our country back. 2024, the most important election maybe that this country has ever had, because our country's going bad.
Our country's going, this is the only time that our country has ever started to turn sour. The only time.
We're a failing nation. Georgia is going to lead the way. You watch. Thank you very much.
My man has already won. He's already won. Now, let's go ahead and check this out now. Proud Boys leader Joseph Biggs sentenced to 17 years for January 6th riots. Joseph Biggs, a former military service member who helped lead efforts by the Proud Boys to take over the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021, was sentenced to 17 years in prison for a seditious conspiracy and other crimes committed during the riot more than 2 years ago. Judge Timothy J. Kelly also sentenced Biggs to 3 years of supervised release and a ban on any interactions with organizations that advocate violence against the government. The sentence is far below the 33-year sentence sought by prosecutors. Back in May, he was convicted alongside former Proud Boys national chairman Enrique Tarrio and other fellow Proud Boys, Ethan Nordine and Zachary Rell. A fourth defendant, Dominic Pezzola, was acquitted of seditious conspiracy but found guilty of assaulting, resisting, or impeding certain officers and robbery involving government property. Prosecutors also wanted to supply a, quote, terrorism enhancement, apply a, quote, terrorism enhancement which leads to longer prison terms given his crimes. Uh-oh. I'm saying what y'all talking about. Denny? Nah, I don't what happened in Denny's in North Dakota? I don't think I heard about that. I don't believe so. Judge Kelly chose to apply that enhancement to one of Biggs' charges regarding his role in the destruction of a fence surrounding the U.S. Capitol building, which, once gone, no longer kept the mob back from law enforcement protecting the building. The most severe sentence doled out to January 6 rioters so far is 18 years given to Oath Keepers founder Stuart Rhodes. He was similarly convicted of seditious conspiracy in a separate case in May. Biggs begged for forgiveness and leniency before he got his sentence, downplayed his role in the January 6 riots. Absolutely. Hey, yo, can you close that? Thank you. What, they just straight up did, like what, a Denny's just straight up like, if you're black, you can't come in here? Oh, well, for real? Are you serious? It's the American right. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just want to fight for their right to be racist. You feel me? That's all they really want. No, I didn't hear about that. Definitely not surprising that Dr. Richie got his hands on that story, but no, I actually didn't hear about that at all. Okay, let's see. Biggs cried as he begged Kelly to allow him the opportunity. I'm not a terrorist, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so my man's, I mean, look, listen, at the end of the day, what these people did, I mean, if this would have been done in other countries, I won't necessarily name them, but there's a lot of other instances where these people could have been put to death over some stuff like this. I mean, that likely wouldn't happen here, but, running up in the capital of the nation, I mean, how can you think that you're not going to get made an example of in some kind of way? How could you possibly think that the government isn't going to make an example out of you? You and thousands of people literally traveled up to DC, and hundreds of people stormed the Capitol building, just ran up in there. Of course, they're going to set an example. I mean, like, bro, like, who? I would never have the courage to do anything remotely similar to this because, I mean, if you got shot, if you do something like this and you get shot, how can you really blame them? I mean, be serious for a minute, bruh. Like, these people are lucky. Well, a few people did get shot, though, right? A few people did get shot. But it's like, thank you. It's like, woo! This is weed. This ain't drink. This is fantastic. It has arrived. But again, it's like he's lucky he only got 17 years because, like I said, bro, like what they did is actually a huge threat to the authority of the federal government. It just is. And hold on now. Now we got matter of fact, we gonna talk about Sam Bankman-Fried. Yeah, no, yeah, Carlos. At least one person got killed, but like I'm saying, like legitimately, like those people are lucky that they weren't up there. Because it's like you motherfuckers are storming the heart of the nation. The fuck are you thinking? Oh, it's quite fluffy. I'm about to enjoy it. We are about to enjoy it. But first, we gonna get into we got more of Ramaswamy. We not quite done with my man's. His plan to shut down. I mean, bro, this is shut down the FBI. I'm just gonna go in there, and he doesn't mean to literally like end it completely, but he wants to greatly minimize its reach. But he's selling it in such a way. Why? Because we got to defund the police for the sake of Donald Trump. But look, listen, y'all. I got my tree now, right? I got my tree, which means we about to take a hit real quick. So let me go get my bong. We gonna enjoy some music real quick, and then we gonna take a hit, and then we gonna get back into this because, and we got to get our minds right while we dealing with this fool Ramaswamy. So give me 1 sec. I'll be back in about 7 seconds. Yeah. Nah, for real though. Yes, I got my lettuce and I got my speed, baby. I take Ritalin. Adderall lasts too damn long, man. I'll be like, you take some Adderall and 7 hours go by, and you about halfway through it. You'll be sitting there like, okay, go away so I can eat. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to eat. You feel me? That's why I like Ritalin. You feel me? Because Ritalin only lasts for a couple of hours. You don't got to worry about all that. But go ahead and load up your bong with me. You know what I'm saying? It is dab time. This weed is beautiful. This weed is quite beautiful. We got a Sam Bankman-Fried story. We got a Sam Bankman-Fried story for sure. He's trying to pay some witnesses like $1,200 or something to like, bro, you're going to jail for the rest of your life. You're not getting out of this. Like, because you ripped off rich people. You ripped off the wrong people. I mean, what an idiot, man. Sam Bankman-Fried is such an idiot. I won't call him a clown because that does a disservice to real clowns, right? I gotta think about the homie Dum Dum the clown. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I've never had Vyvanse. I just I prefer Ritalin. Lasts a couple hours, does what it needs to do, and then it goes away. Because when you on speed, man, you're not hungry, you can't sleep. You feel me? So it'd be like, you take Adderall, that shit lasts for like 12 hours, bruh. You be like, God damn. And then like, because you don't eat all day, you start to just feel, ugh. I fucking hate Adderall. Anytime I take Adderall, I take a half a pill. I don't like Adderall. All right, my good people. Yeah. Say, I've heard Vyvanse last year. I don't like that. I don't like that. Like, I want it to go away because again, like when your body's feeding, your appetite's gone and you can't sleep. So, that shit just causes problems, man. Like we about to take a hit. I took some Ritalin. I took my first pill at like 10:30. It's about gone now. I took it about 10:30. It's about 1:30 now. It's pretty much gone. So that's nice. You feel me? Yeah. Woo. Hold up. All right, here we go. I haven't seen that.
Contemplating about this lick, bitch. I want money, I want bitch. Real king of diamonds, pull up on you, make you strip. Hop back in this whip and live like karma don't exist. Swear that we know better. Got this bad bitch on my leather. Never drop this ball for real. This shit been glued, this shit been tethered. Weed all in my lungs and they don't help me feel no better. Better watch yourself before they lay them yoga mats and stretch your niggas. Push the wrong buttons and we'll press the issue. Catch it what you want. Now you wonder why she less and yes, I missed it.
Woo, this weed is good.
Why should I be humble for? This never been done before. I gotta be your favorite rapper.
Stone Assassin. I'm gonna have to check that out because I haven't seen that.
Kids. Just like ideas for years, been fighting these tears. Swear I got ice in my veins.
Oh, this weed is good. All right.
Know your circle like back of hands in the cars that you did. Feelings I'm scribbling, niggas.
Now let's go significant. That's why I fuck with y'all so hard. Y'all are just the best, man. That was a significant hit. This weed is significantly good. Woo! Damn. Better late than never. Now, here we go. Again, and it's like, if you got Jesse Waters being sarcastic and making fun of you, then you know you ain't serious because Jesse Waters is painfully unserious. And he knows it. That's like his whole brand. Man, that hit was so good, I gotta wipe my face off. Yeah, Jesse Waters' whole brand is that Will, what strain is this? Do you know? They asking me in my chat. Let me see it. They asking. So this is from a dispensary, I guess, Cash Rules or a company called Cash Rules. I'm about to. This is Pink Starburst. It's called Pink Starburst. Here we go. Pink Starburst. Woo! God damn. All right, now here we go. Yeah, no, this with the weed is like it's green and purple and it's all types of shit, you know. Hold on, what did hold on, what somebody asked? All right, so again, Vivek Ramaswamy, I had to let my body accumulate the high. Now I'm ready to go. You know what I'm saying? No, it's on the side. I didn't need to. Let's see. Now listen. Yo, we be in here kicking it, man. We just be having a good time. I love coming out here in the morning. Well, it's the afternoon now, but you know what I'm saying. Now, you know, you got Jesse Waters not taking you seriously. You know you ain't serious. And Vivek Ramaswamy, again, I'm gonna to shut down the FBI. What is it now? Okay, shut down the FBI. I'll do it. Here's how. Yeah, I knew that this will take us over to X now. Trying to enlarge it on the screen. Man, what the hell? Okay, hold on. Let me open it up on this other piece. So this is basically his tweet, because I guess he, you know, I mean, he's not trying to shut it down completely. I'm about to bring it over to this slide, but I mean, Republicans were up in arms about the idea of defund the police, and personally, I don't think that's that. I don't think it's like we have to use the slogan, like whatever. Like you can say it if you want, but the more important thing is getting legislation passed. But um, the point is that the right in this country had such a huge problem with just the idea of defund the police, and now he's shut down the FBI. Like he's just a walking eye roll, man. He just is. You got Black Maple 22. Ooh, yo, Black Maple 22 is a gangsta ass name. I like it. So, oh damn, I don't know how well y'all can see this, but I guess I'll just have to read it. So today, Federal Bureau of Investigation. Okay, so redundancy. It's just the same old Republican crap, except the problem is that it's law enforcement, and Republicans they not about to defund no type of law enforcement. Redundancy and waste. 20,000. Shit, I gotta zoom up on this shit. 20,000 employees are in non-essential roles and investigating matters already pursued by other agencies, costing taxpayers an extra $1.4 billion per year. Now, again, you hear stuff like that, and that doesn't sound bad. You know what I mean? But the problem is, again, this isn't going to happen. The slogan itself, "Shut down the FBI." It's like, bro, you not, because when you really read this, that doesn't seem so crazy. But he's a con artist. He's just going for shock value. He don't know what he's doing. He's not serious about this. That's why he's all over the place. What does it say? Mission creep. The Bureau's mission was complicated. I'm scrunching to read it just because it's small on my screen too. Hold up. The Bureau. That's all I had to do. that all I had to do was I can't see it. It's so small. Oh, just make it bigger. Okay. Mission creep. The Bureau's mission was complicated in the post 9/11 period, and as a result, most special agents no longer specialize but change focus as they take new roles within the broadened Bureau. Political weaponization. The redundant bureaucracy has now discovered new purposes as a political weapon to serve whichever political actors are most willing to sponsor its bureaucratic bloat and protection from accountability. Okay, bruh, it's like, because again, it's like, if this is really what you're trying to do, then why are you running as a Republican? You know what I'm saying? Like, but you're not. What about the DEA? You feel me? Like, how much money what was it? I just talked about this on Tuesday with Ray about how much money the DEA. I don't remember how much it was exactly, but I think like 35 billion a year or something. The DEA goes through on our tax dollars. Something crazy like that. Because it's like, bro, if you were serious about stuff like this, you wouldn't brand it in this way. And two, you would be going after things like the drug war. But he's not serious. Now I think this is the one where key benefits: greater specialization for greater security. Simplify missions across law enforcement. Now, this is probably where we're going to start running into problems because he's being incredibly broad and vague. You know what I'm saying? So, simplify missions across law enforcement agencies by eliminating redundant functions and improving specialization. Remove bureaucracy as an obstacle to our national security. But again, like, what is he really talking about? Like, how can you say stuff like this, but then also be kissing Trump's ass and saying that Mike Pence in 2020 should have overturned the election? This is why people don't like this guy, because he's so all over the fucking place. You know what I'm saying? He's so all over the place. Financial savings. Okay, if this is what you bout, but see, and then too, but that's the other thing. He's running as a Republican. And they do stuff like this to the IRS, and they have done stuff like this to the IRS. The IRS is very understaffed. They still trying to cut staff on it. And if you were to interview Vivek about the IRS, he likely would say we should defund the IRS and get rid of the bureaucracy and things like that. So yes, law enforcement in this country absolutely needs a lot of change and a lot of overhaul. But again, the problem is Vivek Ramaswamy is not a genuine person in the political arena. So again, he says, shut down the FBI. Like you're just trying to get people talking about you, bruh. Because if you were to read that normally, I'd be like, hey, I could get down with some of that. Yeah, I agree. You know, we definitely could be spending way too much money. I'm sure that there's a whole lot of back and forth in organizations in terms of how, having too many employees or overlap of responsibilities. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, who is this dude really? That's his biggest problem. Nobody knows who the hell this guy really is. But hey, yeah, I could get down with that. I could get down with that shit. Go ahead and go into the FBI. Hold on. No, we're going to go to his Twitter page. That's what we about to do right now. We about to go to his Twitter page. This is gonna be fun because he got some interviews and some videos. Who is Vivek really? Let's see who he is. Let's see what's up. Okay, here we go. I got cotton mouth now. I'm about to give me some orange juice. No one wants affirmative action in the NBA or NFL. We shouldn't want it for science and engineering classes either. Excellence first. Okay, let's see what he has to say.
Built on meritocracy. It doesn't exist in a lot of nations, but that's been the key to our success. And I've been screaming about that for a long time, and also affirmative action hires. And I think most Americans, in terms of affirmative action, they kind of go, okay, but what's wrong with it? Like, what's so bad about it? And what I've been saying is, oh, it makes a difference. I mean, Biden, we don't have a competent vice president because it's affirmative action hire. We have many people in this cabinet are not effective because he wants full.
Mick, I'm finna give me a can margarita like you just said because I'm a tequila man 100% and I fucks with margaritas.
Full affirmative action versus full meritocracy.
That's right. And I think that we got to acknowledge something real here. Let's do some real talk. True meritocracy, mentally incompatible.
Full meritocracy.
And again, he's just so unlikable. We're like, now shut up and accept what I'm about to say to you. Okay? That's basically like the vibe that he just gave. Like literally, that's it verbatim. Like, all right, now don't question me. Because I'm really not prepared to really talk about this in any type of depth. All right, here we go.
Democracy.
That's right. And I think that we got to acknowledge something real here. Let's do some real talk.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't gotta listen to you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's another one of his biggest problems. It's like, the fuck you think you talking to? I don't give a fuck that you a billion. I don't gotta listen to you. That, you know what I'm saying? That's like kind of that gut reaction, especially like imagine if you were having a conversation with somebody and they just had that attitude with you. Naturally, I'm not saying you should like go all upside their head necessarily, but naturally you just gonna be like, why are you demanding that I listen to you? I could walk the fuck away right now. I gotta listen to you, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like type shit. But he shouldn't have ran for president because like, bro, you're already very successful and you're really bad at this. So if he continues to grift in this direction, he's just going to end up forcing himself into this corner where he's just an unbelievable clown. And it's like, bro, what are you even riding this wave for? You can't even, you're making so much more money doing what you already doing. Vivek has access to so much capital that he can just invest in things. He doesn't have to do anything. Like, why is this what you want to do? Out of all the other things that you could be doing with your life, why is this what you're doing? You know what I'm saying? That's why it's so corny too, because it's just like, bro, what the fuck? You don't even know what you're doing. Like, that's some real talk. Like, bro, you 38. Like, how you like shut the fuck up? And again, you got people 50, 60. I mean, I'm 31 and I'm having this type of reaction to this dude. I can only imagine what it must be like to people who in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s to look at this dude like, gotta fucking listen to your ass.
True meritocracy, mentally incompatible.
Wait, say it.
You can't have both.
Say it
right?
again. We had a
Group
glitch.
Equity.
We had a glitch. Repeat that. Sorry.
Yeah. So merit, right? True meritocracy, true merit, and group quotas or group equity, they are fundamentally incompatible.
Yes.
You can't have both those things at the same time. It's just it doesn't work that way. And so that's what we have to.
No, you're not, Mick. And I'm not saying that from a sense of you won't be able to do what you want to do. But at 38, you're gonna want to be very active and at it. Like you not finna. And I don't know if you being serious, but nah, bro. When you 38, you gonna be whoa. You still gonna be ready to do shit out here. You know you not. No, the hell you not, bro. You're too ambitious for that. That's not happening. When you're 38, you're still gonna be well in the thick of the grind because you're going to want to be.
Acknowledge and come to terms with. There will never be group equity if we have colorblind meritocracy, just because different people, different human beings have different capacities in different areas. Meritocracy is the system where, regardless of what your God-given gifts are, you can achieve the maximum of your God-given potential, right? Nobody, I'm going to take the liberty of saying this, Adam. You don't know. I don't know each other.
What is this? I'm kicking it with y'all. Is this motherfucker talking about God right now? What is he saying?
Same time. Right? It's just it doesn't work that way. And so that's what we have to acknowledge and come to terms with. There will never be group equity if we have colorblind meritocracy, just because different people, different human beings have different capacities in different areas. Meritocracy is the system where, regardless of what your God-given gifts are, you can achieve the maximum of your God-given potential, right? Nobody, I'm going to take the liberty of saying this, Adam. You don't know, you and I don't know each other well, so tell me if I'm off base on this, but nobody should want to see you and me in the NBA.
Right.
Even if that would contribute to greater group equity in the NBA. I don't think there's a single Indian American, like not one, in the entire NBA. And I am open.
Vivek, he just gets too far ahead of himself because he's not a stupid. Clearly, he's not like stupid, but like he just gets too far ahead of himself. It's like, bro, slow down a little bit. People aren't as dumb as you think they are. You feel me? Though that's people like this, and oftentimes people can grow out of it. But he's 38, so he may not grow out of this ever or for a while. But it's like, you know, man, people really aren't stupid like you think they are. I know you think that you're just like leagues more intelligent than everybody, but you're really not, bruh. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. He can't hide it. Like he thinks people are just dumb, and it's like, nah, bro. People ain't stupid like how you think they are, man.
Okay with that. Okay, I'm okay with that. Now, if somebody is excellent and you don't have to change the standards for them to be, by all means get them in there. I think that even where does the rubber hit the road? Even in our military, right? I think that right now, I mean, we don't talk about the real woke issue in the military.
He's all over the place. Why the fuck is he talking about the military right now? Let's see.
It is reducing the physical standards.
The wokeism in the military.
For women in combat roles. This is one you're not supposed to talk about in public. It's not in that binder of traditional Republican talking points that you're supposed to talk about right now. But if you want to talk about the truth, that sort of deracializes this, right? Because it's not just about race. It's in any domain. We should not be lowering the physical standards required in order for women to compete or serve in combat roles. You don't have to change the standards, then fine. It can be man, woman, it doesn't matter. Because what you care there is the most meritocratically capable person who on the front lines of a battlefield can drag his fellow soldier off the field to save his life. And I think that that's something we've abandoned in the United States of America, and we have to confront the reality that group equity and meritocracy are fundamentally incompatible. You cannot have both. Pick one.
And
right,
yeah,
it's America picked group equity. I pick meritocracy. That's the difference.
And even to put a finer point on it, which is sort of well placed as your heart may be when you're talking about affirmative action. At some point, it's not just about uplifting a certain group. You're going to have to punish another group who deserves to be there. It's impossible just to go, I'm going to lift one group. You can go, I want more African Americans on UC campuses.
Group identity and victimhood and grievance than nobody in the world. Not a nation, not a corporation, not a virus is going to defeat us. That is what American exceptionalism is all about. And that is what we together will revive to save our great nation. Thank you all. God bless you. God bless you.
And we just had this crazy tropical storm. And again, I'm kind of an old dog, and I've never seen anything like that in my lifetime. Maui burned up, at least Lahaina did, and the country is experiencing temperatures that we've never seen before, as is the world. And I heard what you said during the debate, where you kind of brushed aside climate change. What do you think is causing all this?
Yeah, so let me give you my actual views on this. Happens to be something I've studied quite carefully in the last several years. The climate change agenda is a hoax, is what I said. And what I mean by that is that the temperature-related or climate-related disaster death rate, tornadoes, hurricanes, heat wave, fires, the number of deaths over the last 100 years is down by 98%. For every 100 people that died of a climate-related disaster in 1920, that number is 2 people today. That fact is not disputed. The reason why is more abundant and plentiful access to fossil fuels. More people die today still, 8 times as many more people die of cold temperatures rather than warm ones. The right answer to all temperature-related deaths is more abundant access to fossil fuels. The Earth is covered by more green surface area coverage today than it was half a century or a century ago.
Again, he thinks people are stupid. Like, just because you sit up here and list I'm going to list a bunch of random facts. Like, okay, well, you can list a whole lot of other facts that you're not addressing right now. So again, it's like, oh, it's a hoax because I say it is. Like, dude, shut the fuck up. Because at the end of the day, listen, Vivek is not in a position to do anything about any of this. Perhaps with his biotech, I don't know. Who knows? I don't know what he actually believes about this shit because he's so disingenuous. You don't know what he really thinks about climate change and our involvement with it. You don't know what he thinks about it. But again, it's a hoax. Because again, it gets him talked about. But it's like, bro, like, you're a billionaire and you're just presenting yourself as this dumbass, really. Like, he really, like, bro, like, you just sitting up here and nothing that you're saying is addressing the fact that our infrastructure is not in a position to deal with the intensifying wildfires, the increase in the harshness of the storms in terms of like hurricanes and things like that. And, just shorelines disappearing. There not being enough resources for people to address the issues that our climate is giving us. 40 million people in the southwest of the United States, all sharing fresh water source from the Colorado River. Like, what are we really doing to address these things? So, like, talking about this is just a waste of time. Like, who cares if you sit up here and be like, well, actually, let's sit up here and talk about if it's real. Like, this is so stupid. Like, who cares that this dude's sitting up here saying a bunch of dumb, random facts about, well, actually, there's plant life here and there's animals there. And, in some places it's cold. It didn't used to be cold like that, but it's cold now. Like, bro, who cares who gives a fuck that you're saying anything about this? Nobody whose home is burned down or nobody who, lost their home in a hurricane and nobody who's working 3-4 jobs, nobody who has little to no access to fresh water or they're drinking and using poisonous water, dangerous water. Fuck that. Poisonous water. Using poisonous water. What is it? Nobody cares about this shit. Like the more I see of him, the more I just don't like him.
Oh, because carbon dioxide is plant food. So these are hard.
Oh, okay. So he's saying, did he just say? So he's just said plants have more access to carbon dioxide now because it's plant food. Again, who cares, bruh? Who cares? You're not as smart as you think you are, bruh. Because what the fuck does that have to do with, again, wildfires, hurricanes? What does that have to do with any of that? It getting hotter and hot, and that whole time I've said nothing about how hot it gets and how, just the climate's out of whack anyway. In certain places it's cold longer or shorter, or the weather's all over the fucking place, the weather patterns. So again, bro, you're just a loser with a lot of money. At the end of the day, you a lame with money.
Facts, not disputed, but that you don't hear from the climate agenda.
But Vivek, hold on, Vivek. Wouldn't the reduction in deaths be more related to technology that's allowed us
Yes.
to warn
Technology
people and to
powered
get
by-
people out of the way of danger? And there's nothing to do with fossil
Technology
fuels.
powered by fossil fuels. Technology powered by fossil fuels, and that's my point. So I favor adaptation. I favor climate mastery. Look at the likes.
Look at how slimy he is. You see how he just tried to groove into the point that was made. He's so lame. You know what I'm saying? This shit crazy, man. But yeah, we gonna move on. We gonna move on. He's just all over the fucking place. And yeah, we gonna hold on before we go to Sam. We gonna do this one last thing with what's the name? With Trump and DeSantis. Quick little lash out, and then we gonna get. Let's see. You said Vivek rhymes with Vivek. Vivek. Okay, there you go. My dumb ass, I was like, Vivek, it rhymes with cake. I was like, no, it doesn't. I was like, no, that doesn't rhyme. Oh, Vivek. I see. There we go. It just took me a second because again, this is some powerful shit that I took a hit of a couple of minutes ago. Some powerful shit. Trump lashes out at DeSantis as he manages hurricane. What a shame for Florida.
What a shame.
Because Trump lives in Florida too. Oh, you see that look? It looked like Trump got out the car, rubbing his hip and Ron like, oh, look at that fat ass. He like, look at that. He liked that. Y'all see that? He like it. He liked that shit. And he looking down too. That's exactly what he doing. My man's just got out the car. He like, you know how he be doing? He be like rubbing on his thigh, and Ron DeSantis is like, fuck. Look at that. All right, here we go. Former President Donald Trump has decided not to hold his fire on Florida governor and fellow GOP presidential candidate Ron DeSantis. Hold up. You said you hate walking around there, but sadly you need weed. Okay, let's just get straight to the commentary, because that's really all that's all we come to these pages for. It's just the commentary, pretty much. Okay, so what does he have to say?
So now it is learned that Governor Ron DeSanctimonious unnecessarily approved a 20% hike in Florida electricity rates, the largest in history by far, after taking a $9.5 million campaign contribution from Money Machine. Florida Power and Light and subsidiaries,
began Trump on Truth Social. You know what's so funny about when Donald Trump digs into Ron DeSantis is he be telling the truth. Like pretty much everything that he says about Ron DeSantis is true. Pretty much every single last bit of it, which is why it's so goddamn funny. All right, here we go. Now, what was the rest of his commentary?
Next up to check out is the insurance industry, where DeSantis gave up the store. His campaign and poll numbers have crashed.
All caps, because you can't miss that. You just can't miss it.
To a point where it doesn't much matter anymore. But what a shame for Florida.
And again, true, right? Absolutely true. You said, am I racist? Hell nah. You said, hold up. What else did he say? I think he got a little bit more. Okay, that's a some Biden commentary. But yeah, now we gonna get into my man's Sam Bankman-Fried because he's so stupid. I just remembered why the fuck did I name this stream Thyroid Thursday? Why the fuck did I choose to do that? I don't know. It was like, oh, it's a TH. There's got to be something different. Like what? I know people looking at that like, what the fuck is this dude talking about in here? You never know. You really never know. Sam Bankman-Fried wants to pay 7 expert witnesses up to $1,200 an hour to testify on his behalf. I meant to do this one yesterday. I just had so many links. I just skipped this one. Oh, also tonight, unless something changes, we having another episode of Nerd News. We'll be reviewing some things. We'll be talking about some stuff. But one of the topics we're gonna discuss tonight, I can't wait. It's gonna be basically what would you really do if you had, maybe Spider-Man powers, Wolverine powers? What would you really do? And we gonna get spicy with it. We gonna talk about what type of criminal would you be? Because I pointed out, I was like, listen, if I had Spider-Man powers, I'd be stealing every goddamn thing. It wouldn't look, listen, hide your kids, hide your wife, hide every motherfucking thing, because I'm coming after it if I'm got some Spider-Man powers. Every precious jewel, everything. Your spider sense, you trying, you know what I'm saying? You can climb up the walls. Anytime a camera look your way, you can just backflip out that shit. You feel me? Like go down the string. I mean, shit, you feel me? I mean, hey, I do some Robin Hood shit type too. You feel me? Like take all them diamonds and shit up out of Britain and return them to India type shit. You feel me? Because they stole them. I mean, if they stole them, why not? You dig? Like, I mean, hey, like, what would you do if like you was but it can get dark. We're gonna get interesting with it because we're gonna talk about existentialism and how humanity likely wouldn't be able to handle any type of powers like that whatsoever. We're gonna be talking about that this evening on Nerd News. Again, it's just a fun show. We talk about nerdy, hilarious shit like that. And then we're gonna be reviewing stuff. In that show, we review again like book series, anime series, different types of things that may be on TV channels, like shows that cool shit, fun shit. So join us later on. But back to Sam real quick. I just veered off. I just veered off. Sam Bankman-Fried is trying to build his legal defense with 7 expert witnesses. One of them, a former FEC commissioner, is charging $1,200 an hour, but prosecutors are trying to exclude all of them from testifying. Like, bro, what do you really think? I mean, look at him, bro. Look at his eyes. He crazy. This dude is crazy. Look at his eyes. He going through all this, and this the look on his face. Like, look at him, bro. What do you see in them eyes except for nothing? I don't see nothing in them eyes. Sheesh. And look, listen. It's like, bro, you're going to prison forever. You're never getting out. And if you do get out, it's going to be a long time from now because you ripped off the wrong people. Most importantly, more importantly than you ripped people off, and more importantly than you ripped off too many people, you ripped off the wrong people, and now you're going down for it. Even here, like, bro, look at him. He just looked like somebody you shouldn't trust. Isn't that funny how hindsight works? I mean, he nothing about him looks trustworthy. Why in the hell did people trust this? Look at him, bruh. Why in the hell did people trust this dude? Greed. That's why people trusted him, because motherfuckers is greedy. Woo. Oh. Exactly, Fritza. You feel me? And look, listen, you could do all types of shit with Spider-Man powers. You could be the best, man. I mean, look, you could just be like the best MMA fighter the world ever seen and ever will see. You could just do tricks in front of everybody. Like, look, if you want to see me do a bunch of fantastic shit, I'll do it for you, but you just gonna have to break me off some scratch. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to break my pockets off. That's all it is. But like I told you, man, I'd be stealing every goddamn thing if I was Spider-Man. It wouldn't be nothing, man. You better hide every fucking thing. I'm coming for it. But it's gonna get interesting, you know what I'm saying? Because again, like, I mean, it'll get dark. We couldn't handle that type of power, man. Man, look, listen, at the end of the day, if couldn't nobody tell you nothing, if nobody could stop you, would you stop yourself? Don't just be like, of course I would. Like, so again, like it's a cool ass show. It's funny, but then we may take an interesting turn. Couldn't nobody handle Superman powers? What reason would Superman have to not do whatever the fuck he felt like doing? You know what I'm saying? Hey, crypto and cocaine were absolutely made for each other. Indeed, those two go hand in hand. Hold on. What you said? A good stroking method, classic stroking method. Right? Nah, man. Listen, this dude Sam Bankman-Fried, if he didn't do so damn much, he would have got away with it for sure. He just did too damn much. Oh yeah, this shit was good. And you could tell the difference because before I smoked, I was only on Ritalin. So I was sharp. You know what I'm saying? Then I took that hit and I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Still sharp, but not as sharp. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, like, when I'm on, like, if I'm doing more serious interviews or if I'm hosting, like, and it's on TV, I don't be high because you're just a little slower. You know what I'm saying? Like, you good, but it's just interesting how that works. Like, you're more relaxed when you're on weed. So your brain's just kind of fighting against it. It's like, bro, you're trying to get me to do all this complicated shit right now. And I just want to relax and chill. Like, chill, bro. And you're like, no, read, goddammit. So you fighting against it. But when you just on Ritalin or something, your brain is ready to go. You ready to work. Man, I clean my house and your house in 20 minutes if I'm on some goddamn Ritalin. Listen, I sanitized my bathroom yesterday and cleaned it for no damn reason at 3:45. Just because I do. That's how I do. I'm always cleaning shit up. You know what I'm saying? Now, no, I haven't even looked into Fire Festival 2 yet. And look, listen, that's a lot of what the membership section is gonna assist with. The membership section is coming in a couple of weeks. It'll be up because we're going into September tomorrow. But the membership section is basically gonna be again twofold: us coming together and organizing to implement different initiatives within local community politics, things that we can impact right in our backyards. That's a lot of what I'd like to do with the membership program, but also assistance with the production of the programmings that we have on this channel. So stuff like Fire Festival 2, I'm busy. We only got 24 hours in a day. So like, you know, like the members will be like, oh yeah, hell yeah, we're going to talk about this. We're going to do this. We all going to work together with everything. That's what the membership section is all about. And it will be open in a couple of weeks. So y'all stay in tune with that. But no, I didn't actually look into the Fire Fest though. Ooh. Do y'all have any song requests? I'm trying because I got too much music. Because we're gonna take this hit. Matter of fact, here we go. This is perfect. No, that's not it. Hold on, what Frisk say? What did Blair? He said this is not the place. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, nah, shit for sure. I mean, what do you like to do, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, I tell you, shit. Man, women are every damn word. Whatever you like to do, go find women who like to do that and just be social. That's really it. You know what I'm saying? It's really not more complicated than that. Take it one day at a time. But that's absolutely the first step. You feel me? Whatever you like to do, go find the ladies that like to do it. And how fitting is it that we playing some Barry White? You feel me? Let me go ahead and keep on dropping some game while we take this hit, and I'm gonna play this Barry White in the background. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, absolutely. You got to find the women who fit your tribe. You know what I'm saying? Who are the women who fit your tribe? You dig? The women who fit your tribe are the ones who fit in your life. You feel me? Are you an outdoorsman? Do you like to hike? Or are you artistic? Or do you like digital technology? You feel me? Like,